The iPhone 17 is Apple's latest flagship phone with an updated camera system that promises improved low-light performance. But can it really beat professional cameras in low-light conditions? We put that to the test with 3 challenging shots at night. First up, we have a shot of this display out here. Now this is a tough one because there's not a lot of light. You can see our photographer is struggling with her professional camera over here. It's a super hard shot. Let's take a look at how the iPhone 17 does. Wow, that's actually crazy. iPhone 17 got a really good shot, even though there wasn't a lot of light. It was able to capture all of the colors and details really well. Let's take a look at the professional camera. Oh wow, it actually looks like a completely different setting. The iPhone shot looks like a nighttime scene, whereas the professional camera is trying to capture more of the actual colors and details of what we saw with our eyes. Okay, so the iPhone 17 did pretty well, but that was a relatively easy shot. So let's move on to the second shot, which is this display out here. Now this is a really hard shot because there's a ton of light coming from the display itself. And you can see our photographer having to really struggle with the settings on her professional camera. Again, it's a super hard shot to get. Let's take a look at how the iPhone 17 does. That's actually crazy. iPhone 17 was able to capture all of the colors and details without blowing out the image. And again, let's take a look at the professional camera. Whoa, it actually looks like a completely different setting. The iPhone shot looks like a nighttime scene, whereas the professional camera is trying to capture more of the actual colors and details of what we saw with our eyes. So it looks like the iPhone 17 is really struggling in these low light conditions. To be fair, it does promise improved low light performance. Not necessarily better low-light performance than professional cameras. But I think it's safe to say that most people will be disappointed with these results, considering what the iPhone 16 could do last year. Last up is a shot of this display out here. Now this is another really hard shot because there's a ton of movement. People are walking, cars are driving by, there's lights flashing everywhere. It's a super hard shot to get. Let's take a look at how the iPhone 17 does. That's actually insane. The iPhone 17 was able to capture all of the colors and details. The image is sharp, even though there was a ton of movement. Now let's take a look at the professional camera. Oh wow, it actually looks like a completely different setting. The iPhone shot looks like a nighttime scene, whereas the professional camera is trying to capture more of the actual colors and details of what we saw with our eyes. So overall, the iPhone 17 does a decent job in low-light conditions. But it's definitely not as good as what we saw last year with the iPhone 16, and it is no match for professional cameras. If you're looking for a phone that can beat professional cameras, then you want to check out the S24 Ultra because it has a new feature called Adaptive Night Mode, which allows it to capture images in extremely low light conditions without a tripod, and the results are actually crazy. But if you don't need a phone that can beat professional cameras, then the iPhone 17 is a solid choice. It takes great photos and videos in most lighting conditions, and it has a lot of other features that make it worth the price tag. Now let us talk about the design of the iPhone 17. It's virtually identical to last year's iPhone 16, which means it has the same dimensions, the same build materials, and the same camera bump. The only way someone would actually know that you holding an iPhone 17 would be if you have one of their new colors like this blue one that I have here. It's a very nice blue. It's a bit lighter than last year's darker blue, but it's still very similar. I think this year's new pink color is probably going to be the more popular one. It's a very vibrant and energetic color. And if you want something a bit more subdued, they also have a new black titanium option. Overall, the iPhone 17 is a solid upgrade over last year's iPhone 16. It's not a huge upgrade, but it's definitely noticeable in low-light conditions. Plus, it has all of the other improvements that come with a new generation phone, such as faster processing speeds and improved battery life. If you're re-looking for a new phone and you're redeciding between the iPhone 17 or the 17 Pro, I would say go for the 17 Pro. It has a lot of extra features that are worth the extra money. But if you're looking for a phone that can beat professional cameras in low-light conditions, then you're going to want to check out the S24 Ultra. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.